Welcome back to another episode, another Tesla episode, another Cybertruck-esque episode. So this time we're going to be covering vehicles that people say, oh, big manufacturers are coming for Tesla and Tesla's going down. Here's my rebuttal. Here's all of the electric cars that have been released and are ready for the public to buy as of, I think, the end of 2019. So here's all the vehicles. So, as you can see, we're right at the top. Manufacturer, Audi, BMW, this list goes for a while. Audi, BMW, model, so like e-tron, there it is. The i3, the iconic i3, and these are only electric. If it's hybrid, it's not in here. If it's gas, it's not in here. Top speed, miles per hour, configuration, conveniently for us US viewers, which all of you are, obviously. And then acceleration, this doesn't matter to me. Charging time doesn't really matter to me. And then the range is a big deal, and they have miles on here for range. For our convenience as the U.S. citizens that we are. So here we see the Audi e-tron. Obviously a very expensive vehicle. Conveniently doesn't say price, but I don't know if that's a big overlook or not. Top speed doesn't really matter, even though that's not great. Acceleration, fairly okay. Pretty decent, actually. And we got our mile range, which is pretty good. But you know, that's for a expensive Audi. I think the i3 is less expensive. Also, for a reason, less expensive. It goes up to 150 mile range. Kinda sad. And that's the biggest range. Which, if you need a golf cart, there you go. If you're only commuting in the city, there you go. Some BMW normal thing. It's nothing crazy. Something that I don't know that's probably in just another country. Nothing too crazy. I don't know what this is, but it'll show us. Hopefully. There it is. Doesn't look like it's here. I don't know what this is. Looks like another country. Chevy Bolt. Wow. So the Volt is not on here because it has an engine and the engine runs the battery. I believe. So it's all electric when it's going down the road, but it has an engine that charges the battery. Yeah. So Chevy Bolt is the little one. No, it's the big one. Chevy Bolt's the big one. This is the big one. And this is the small one. The Spark is the small one. And it has a pretty good mile range. Anything in the 200s is pretty good. Anything outside of that, if it's over, it's amazing. If it's not, it's not. I've seen one of these in the U.S. I think I've seen one of these in the U.S. Very interesting. I should put my mic somewhere else because it's currently sitting over there. So this thing, very poor mile range. It can make it to 0 to 60 apparently. Barely. I don't know what this is, but nothing to write home about. Fiat, nothing to write home about, as you can see. So nothing. I didn't see this one earlier, but still, like, you're looking at very slow, very, like, just, it's not, nothing on here is great. I didn't see the Honda Fit on here earlier, but still, like, look at these 0 to 60 times. Like, and the mile ranges are very bad. So you say that something's coming for Tesla. So I work at a place that sells Hyundais, and these things, people like them really a lot. But then again, nothing to write home about. There. This one, we sell a bunch of these. Show it. It's got a weird grill in it. Well, that's not the electric one then. But that is a picture of a Kona. Not good 0 to 60, but look at the mile range. That's really good. That's really, really good. And then you got like upper people like Jaguar I-Pace has a pretty decent, pretty good 0 to 60, and a pretty average mile range. But that's also a Jaguar. Like, it's got to be so expensive. The Soul, everybody knows the Soul, and again, nothing for range. I've seen a bunch of these things rolling around. Apparently, one of my friends has these, I think. Has one of these. Good mile range. Like, I'm looking at every one of these just because I'm interested. Whoa, what was that? That looks super cool. But then again, 0 to 60 in 5, that's pretty good. But mile range, not great. Mahindra. Isn't that a tractor company? I believe it is a tractor company. Interesting. Also, nothing too crazy. Mercedes-Benz. Come on, guys. Like, that looks awful. If you had a Mercedes-Benz and you were bragging about it and you pulled out this thing, I'd be very upset. Okay, let's see this. Hopefully it looks better. Still, not much mile range to be like... There it is again. Whatever that one is. So, we're looking at things that are okay, horrible to okay. And I say that because I'm used to looking at Tesla stuff. Pretty good mile range. Nissan Leaf. And this is the one that I see all the time. Nissan Leaf. People brag about their Priuses. Not all electric, but people do that anyway. Nissan Leaf. Everybody's familiar. Atrocious. It doesn't even have a 0 to 60. Because it might not do it. But the battery life is not great at all. What? So yeah, there's not much in the way of taking down Tesla. Oh, we talked about these years ago at like a track meet that I went to. So we're looking at all these, they're fine. This one's got a pretty good mile range. So, yep, an old Twizy, no. So, we're looking at, I don't know, decent stuff. Ported decent stuff. So here's what I usually look at. Tesla Model S. That's the sedan. S stands for sedan. Gotcha there, right? Performance, very, very fast. I drove this one, and mind-bogglingly fast. You can get a third row seat in them, apparently. Look at this mile range. 380 for the top, and then 368. Over 350. Like, that's ridiculous. Tesla Model X. The X is the crossover. X for crossover. And its performance is still insane. Just mind-boggling. There you go. 328 and 305. Nothing else was in the 300s at all. There's a couple 200s. Model 3, the base model. This is the 35, starts at $35,000. Just a little more than that now. But starts at like 35,000 miles. $35,000. Better not start 35,000 miles. 0 to 60s are pretty good. Especially that one. That one's good. And, that one's average. We're looking at almost 350. We're looking at 322, 310. And then the base is the 250. So, 250. That's the base. Ugh, ridiculous. So, Venturi. Fetish. It's fetish. Anyway. Yeah, so we're looking at, this is good. These are good. So, you're looking at things that are not even close to Tesla. So, And here's some more other things. I hadn't looked at these race cars. What? I didn't see these. I was going to do a whole video, and I didn't even see these. That one looks like it was built AC Cobra Ford. Oh, these are just... These aren't... Yeah, E-Cobra. Huh. That's really cool. That looks amazing. Oh, come on, show me some more. I want to see more of these. Come on. Show me. That's an F1 car. That's amazing. These are so cool. See, now I got myself on a tangent. And these are all going to be super performance. This does not look like a race car. 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Pretty fast. Anyway, so I thought I'd share that. You know, nobody's touching Tesla. And so those are the 3 Teslas that are out. That's no Cybertruck. There's no Model Y because they haven't done extensive beating on them and stuff. So I thought I'd show you some stuff that's coming out that may rival. And this is when... So I think this vehicle right here, the Mach-E, Mustang Mach-E, they released this after they released the Cybertruck. And I think that's what saved the Mach-E is the Cybertruck. Because people would have looked at the Mach-E and went, that is the ugliest, most ridiculous, I hate it, it's awful. And then the Cybertruck released and that got all the hate and the Mustang was just like, meh, doesn't look that bad compared to the Cybertruck. So, Mustang Mach-E is their crossover electric car. Very weird. Here, they try to give you the base price, and then they give you the federal tax credit, which Tesla doesn't brag about because it's always been there, because they only sell electric cars. I haven't done much searching, but 300 mile range, that's good. Mid 3 seconds, that's really good. I don't know if this really is, but you can see a lot of similarities in these. As much as this looks so much different than that, the back glass is still slanted, almost exactly the same curve. Grille is the most noticeable part, but it's still that same angular shape. It doesn't have that hard body line there. The hood is way less aggressive here. It's more flowy, aerodynamic type thing. You have that big fender in the back. You know, you have that cut in there, which I assume has something to do with aerodynamics. So, and still you have this, what looks to be an electric intercooler thing, electric vent, same as that one. So, they're not all that different, which is interesting. They look totally different when you put them side by side. Not that different. So, that's what is being looked at for the Tesla to be a Tesla, to rival Tesla. So, and that's also in the future. When Tesla released all their information and stuff like that, they released 0 to 60 times for brand new cars, and the range for all their cars. When they got out onto public roads, their range increased. Like, they weren't running them as hard. Normal people on the road weren't running them that hard as compared to the people that ran them, Tesla employees and stuff, to test them out. So, wow, that's a really weird place to put your electric. It looks awkward right there on that car. Probably because there's so many body lines running through that. Anyway, so yeah, but it'll be interesting to see non-Tesla electric vehicles. So that's probably going to rival your Tesla Model Y, which is also a crossover. A smaller hatchback, if you will. So, rivals to rival the Cybertruck. Now, if you hated the Cybertruck, purely because it looked out of this world stupid, or whatever you would call it. This is the truck for you. If you want an electric car, this thing looks good. It looks like a really, really nice looking truck. So there's the an SUV version, and then they have the truck, and it looks really, really good. So we'll go up to here and go to the R1T, which is the, I assume stands for R1 something truck, Rivian 1 truck. So up to 400 miles, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, which is what Tesla was 2.9, and Tesla was 500 plus miles. Quad motor system. Tesla only has a tri-motor system. Waiting depth of over 3 feet. That's a selling point right there, because if you're taking it off-road, this thing doesn't look as off-road capable, even though it's in this type of terrain. But it could. It doesn't have the big tires that the Cybertruck was shown off to have. Doesn't have the, hydraulic. It's not one of their selling points. Maximum towing of 11,000 pounds. Cybertruck was 14,000, up to 750 horsepower, electric equivalent horsepower. Cybertruck didn't have any specs on that, which is kind of cool. So, can we see all these stuff? Length, width, height. So if you care about all this, you can pause the video, but I went through most of it. What else? Towing capacity, battery. So yeah, that's the Rivian, the truck. Now, it looks like a truck. Obviously, it looks like a. To me, it looks like a Land Rover in the front, and then like a Nissan Titan in the back, or the little Nissan truck. So, to me, that's what it looks like. If I were, and its starting price is 70 grand for the base model, and I think it goes up to something like 150. So its price is way, way more than the Cybertruck. But I love this one. If I was to get one, I would get this one, because I love the Cybertruck, and then I'd have this thing. And this thing is gorgeous. I think it looks great. I think it looks more Land Rover-y than anything. And it looks ready, and it's got the same specs. And it just looks so good. Can we have good pictures here? So, I can't find it. Dang it. So yeah, that's the Cybertruck one. If you're thinking, man, the Ford F-150 has an electric vehicle, one, it's not going to be out for a long time, and two, it's not going to be near as good as these two. So these are the two rivals for the trucks. Is the Rivian R1T, is the truck that's going to rival, and a bunch of people have pre-ordered it. So, yeah, much like the Cybertruck, a lot of people have pre-ordered this thing. A lot of people have pre-ordered the Tesla Model Y. So that's, I think, direct competitor. And all of these cars that are currently out are not near as good. And if you're a vehicle brand that goes, hey, So the reason that normal brands haven't done anything like this yet is because this is so hard to pull off. So hard to get an electric vehicle when all you know is gas vehicles. So it's really bold of Mustang, Ford to do something like this, which is incredible. The R1T, it's not as bold because they've been in it, I think, longer than Tesla has. And the R1T and the Rivian's brand, Rivian has, backing Rivian is, Ford was backing them for a while, and then, what's it called? And Amazon was backing Rivian. So Amazon was ready to get their hands on the fleet of these trucks, but I don't know if they pulled out or not. So it may not last for much longer. This may be the last time you hear of a Rivian, but they're out there, hopefully, and hopefully they stand a chance, you know. But most of these cars just are unmatched to Tesla in performance, definitely in range, in cool factor, most of them. But yeah, so that is it for today's rivals of Tesla. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.